Yeah, they told me I wouldn't be nothing.
Top of the top, Mental Madness. It's your host KG, and this is a special edition. You know, we only drop on Thursdays, but due to a lot of feedback that I've been getting from on this side, I was asked to do a part two to just go into a little further details as far as the psychological of a man, the emotional state of a man. One of the things that I was asked to elaborate on was I was given an example of how a woman could ask a man, is everything okay? And that man may say yes. Why? When in our reality, it may be something wrong with him. And he just may not be willing to share. So I just wanted to come in before you all and just talk and express to you that when a man does that, 9 times out of 10, it's because he doesn't feel comfortable enough opening up to you. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people want to say, well, what does it take for a man to, to feel comfortable? For me, not even to be funny or facetious, I would say that probably the same things it takes for you to feel comfortable to open up to a man. In my opinion, I think a lot of us, we have this intense complexity to how we think, to where as though we think because a man is not as emotional as a woman, that you have to approach him very different than a woman. And in some cases, that's true. And in most cases, it's not. You ever heard of the saying that treat others how you want to be treated? I wholeheartedly believe that. Because the majority of the time, we just want the same attention. We want to feel prioritized. We want to feel important just as much as you want to feel that way to us. If you make a man feel these things in the context in which he can understand, and he tells you that you make him feel this way, I'm almost 100% sure you probably don't have any communication issues. If a man can openly be himself and openly express himself, he's never going to hide how he feels or what he's going through or what he may be enduring at that time. But my way of thinking is I always tell people, you're not going to walk up to a stranger and just tell them your whole life story or tell them what you're dealing with because you don't feel comfortable with them. You don't know them well enough to do that. It's the same thing with anybody, I believe, whether you're a male or a female. No one is just going to open up to you just for the sake of opening up. And I think a lot of us get into situations where we be courting a person and we feel like because we're at the stage of courtship that automatically comes with it. And that's not true. Everything is a process. Everything, you have to put effort into things for it to grow and build out the way you would like for it to build out. It's just like planting a seed. When you plant a seed into the soil, you have to water it. You have to make sure you get the weeds out, fertilize. It's a process in order to see what you planted as a seed to take root and grow up out of the ground. It's a process. You have to nurture it. It's the same thing with a man. And I've heard sisters say, it's not my responsibility to raise a man. My rebuttal to that would be, well, no one is asking you to raise us. The same way you want us to consider your emotions, you want us to consider your thoughts, so on and so forth. I don't understand why is it so hard to understand that men want that as well. And I get it. Men may put on a facade and portray as if they don't. But I'm here to tell you, they want that. We want to feel just as special as you feel to us. We want to know that we feel that same way, that you feel that same way about us for you. I don't know if I'm mincing words or twisting and turning it. I hope you understand. As much as you want to be viewed as special in our sight, and you want our actions to translate that just as much as we speak it, you want us to show it, we want the same exact things. If you want, say for instance, I know I've seen, be it TikTok or people that I know, females that I know, their complaint is, when I text, I want him to be, texting right back. I don't want to wait a long time to text. And I know situations where it's some women that don't reciprocate that same energy. And then, or that same effort. Let me not say energy because I don't want to be cliche and fit in with the times. I want to be concise about what I'm saying. You want the same, you want effort, you want effort, you want consistency. But I know a lot of women that are very inconsistent. And then when a man becomes distant, they want to know why. It's because you haven't given him what you want, and you want him to give you. You want him to give you this attention, this attentiveness, and being diligent in his responses, not having faster response times. We want that too. And I'm pretty sure it's somebody that's going to view this or who view my videos and say, well, That's too much. If it's too much to ask of you, why do you ask that of us? I think that people feel like they define roles how they see fit. And I don't think that there's no, whether it's the role of a man or a woman, I don't think that those details are gender specific. As far as attention, or only a man should give a woman attention, or only women like attention. That's nonsense. Men like attention too from whomever he's dealing with. But you do have some guys that like attention from women of all sorts, regardless of whether they're in a relationship or not. They like attention. I can only speak for myself. I'm the complete opposite. I don't even like people really touching me personally. If I don't know you, I don't really like you in my close proximity. I don't care how attractive you are. That's cool. Stay on that side. I stay over here until I feel comfortable enough to know you as a person. Then I will want you to be in my personal space. But beyond that, before that, nah. We could talk and be cordial and respectful. You don't have to grope me or do all this extra stuff that people like to do these days. But men want that same attention. We want to feel comfortable. We want to feel confident in our communication and our bond with you, that we can come talk to you and express how we feel, and you're not gonna look at us as less than or weak, or you ain't this, or you can't do that, or if we fall short and not be able to deliver whatever it is that if we made a verbal commitment, if we're not able to deliver on that verbal commitment, we don't want you to slander us. We don't want you to belittle us, put us down, tell us we ain't crap, so on and so forth. Because I know me, just sharing with you all personally, because I've had these experiences. I've done these things, not intentionally. I verbally commit to something, and then instead of me saying that I can't do it any longer, I won't say anything at all because my pride gets in the way. That's how I was at one point in my life. I was too prideful. It was pride and it was shame. And fear, just being honest, being transparent. I would be afraid to say that I couldn't do it because I cared about how you would perceive me. I cared about that you would probably call me weak, or you ain't this, you ain't that, you couldn't keep your word. But reality is sometimes in life things happen to where a person really can't do what it is that they may intend to do, whether you were male or female. From the perspective of a man, it's just like, in my opinion and many other men's opinion that I speak to day to day, they say the same things. Accountability is at an all-time high. A woman wants to hold a man to the highest standard, but they don't want to hold themselves to that same equivalent standard that they're holding a man to. It's not really an even playing field. The expectations of a man is like here, and the expectations of a woman is like here to men. Because it's expected for us to cater to your emotions, to not to just provide financially, but to provide and pour into you. But if a man wants the reciprocity, we want that same thing in return. I've heard women say that that's too much. That's your mother should have did that. Well, your father should have did that. What you're asking me to do or other men to do. What if that was our rebuttal? Then you would feel like, yo, that's effed up. It shouldn't be a gender war. It shouldn't be a competition. We should add value to each other's lives in a way that the value needs to be added to that person's life. For instance, I'm a businessman. I own a few businesses. I know how to go get business. I know how to get the money. I'm decent at managing the money, and I don't really have no financial issues. Yet, I'm pretty sure that someone is better at it than I am as far as money management and organizational skills. So therefore, I would need somebody around me that can complement that which I lack. It's really just that simple. But in life, we complicate things a lot. In particular, women, because y'all be so emotionally driven that if it don't feel this way or if it don't feel like this, you want to question everything. I don't feel like a lot of things every day, but that don't mean that I question the people around me that I know that have shown love to me all my life or for the duration of time that they've been in my life. I don't question that because at the end of the day, despite how I feel, reality has shown me that these people are there. I may just be having a messed up day. I may just be feeling away for whatever reasons. My emotions could just be out of whack that day. That doesn't mean I'm going to go around and start overthinking and overanalyzing everything to where I got to question people, quote unquote, loyalty to me when your actions have already shown me what it is. But from my experience, a lot of women do that. Despite what you may show them, they still want to feel like they need reassurance. And I don't have a problem with reassurance because I need reassurance too, sometimes verbally. And I don't have an issue with that. It's just the issue that I know that I have and many other men have is when you got to constantly reassure a person. And it's almost like, damn, you don't see my actions? And it's funny because for the past 2 days I've had, a female friend say to me that the old saying that that's why women wear makeup and men tell lies. because men like what they see, and women like to be told what they want to hear. And not to me, again, I'm a logical thinker. So words mean things. Webster, all these other dictionaries, these publishers, words have meanings because if they didn't, dictionaries wouldn't exist. So I take words for face value, but then your actions have to support those words. Because if your actions contradict those words, I'm going to go with what I see versus what I hear. But it's almost like, from my experience, with women, you could tell them all the right things. You could be a lame, bum behind dude. But as long as you spit in game, they mesmerized by it. You got to do better. And also, I was asked to really touch on, and go in depth about me making a comment of narcissists, women being narcissists. And I was told by many people that, I've never heard a man say that before. Anybody can be a narcissist. Anybody can be a narcissist. And it's funny. I'm a reference scripture. Romans chapter 12 verse 3, where God tells us not to think more of ourselves than what we truly are. Narcissists think more of themselves than what they truly are. They project so much and they put on facades as if they got this going on, that going on, and they just average. They're the average person. They have the average things going on in life. But to them, they the ish. They this, they hot ish, they a hot girl. But in reality, you have the basic attributes that most people have. There's nothing too spectacular about you. So humility is a beautiful thing, and a lot of us don't have humility. Like I shared last night with my cousin, I wasn't always humble, I didn't always have this humble perspective. I used to, gloat internally. You would never see it on the exterior because I wouldn't show that, because I wanted to project this humble individual. It's naturally who I am, but I just didn't want you to see the ugly side of me. No one wants nobody to see the ugly, wicked side of them, because we all have imperfections and a lot of effed up ways about us, but we don't want to put that out there, especially not initially. So we mask it, and we do it very well a lot of times. But a lot of us, we just need to accept that we're flawed and want to grow every day and be better every day, versus trying to hide behind these facades as if we're this when we're really here. It's nothing wrong with being where you are and accepting where you are and being willing to put the work in to actually grow to being there. And even when you get to that level, still have humility. Don't think more of yourself than what you truly are. Don't be so self-absorbed. It shouldn't just be about your emotions. It shouldn't just be about your feelings. Not in a relationship. You got a partner this is just my opinion. Say you and I were in a relationship. Young lady, you watching this. Say you and I are in a relationship. To you, it should be all about me. And to me, it should be all about you. But it's really not like that. We go into situations looking for what we can extract from it, versus looking for what we can pour into it. I think that's kind of ass backwards. I think that we should go into situations looking for how we can serve our partner versus what we can get from them. I think it'll create a healthy balance, in my opinion. Not a balance, because I don't really believe that things can be balanced all the time. But it'll create a healthy flow of things. Even when things are topsy-turvy, the flow, you both will still be on the same page 10. Regardless of what's going on around you, you two still have each other. And y'all can still bond and build when you have that understanding. Because in your mind, you're looking to serve your man. And in my mind, I'm looking to serve my woman. But a lot of us, we wasn't raised and we wasn't cultivated in a culture where it taught us that. We were taught how to survive. You don't need a man, or F that B. You don't need a B. She ain't good for nothing but, the stereotypical stuff. I ain't gonna get into all that. But hopefully, I was able to touch on the things that people wanted me to touch on, especially narcissists. Women can be narcissists too. And I had a sister tell me the other day that most women are narcissists and manipulative. This is things that I've heard women say, not me. I mean, I know that some women can be. Some women can be very manipulative, and some women are narcissists. I've had my experiences with them. And they're not saying all women either. Some. SOME. Because I don't want no one to take what I'm saying out of context as if they can't Newton me and say I said this or generalize. No. Just like some men are narcissists, some women are narcissists. It's not gender bias. Not only men can be narcissists. Women can be narcissists too. Women can be manipulative too. It goes both ways. It's not gender bias. So again, I hope I touched on everything. And brothers, give that woman a chance to at least make you feel comfortable enough to open up. Let the walls down. I'm talking to myself too, because I be having walls up because I don't really trust people like that. I think everybody has it. I think not everyone, but from my experience, Most people that I've experienced in my life, they had angles. It was about their needs. It was never about KG's needs. It was never about KG's emotions. I could count on a few fingers people that really cared about my emotional well-being and my mental well-being. It's not many, and I'm pretty sure a lot of brothers feel the same way. So to my sisters, stop making it all about you. You want to have a healthy relationship? They said you better put that woman first, and he should, and you better put that man first. Peace and blessings.
They told me I